again with another Spirits video with Spirits Academy, and this video is a video about how to be a collector on a budget. A collector on a budget. Now, there are videos out there that are telling you how to be a collector with this type of budget, maybe $500 or $200, how to start a collection with it. Now, they aren't talking about what I'm talking about. I am talking about how to be a collector. They are telling you how to be an enthusiast. And a collector can be an enthusiast, but an enthusiast isn't necessarily a collector. A collector has the purpose of buying alcohol for investment, to be sold, to be traded, and things like that. An enthusiast is just trying to enjoy the ride of drinking expensive, good alcohol. And then let me go on to the caveat that I want people to understand. You should not be trying to be a collector if you don't have a certain amount of money, because this stuff is expensive. It's absolutely expensive, and it is supposed to be, especially on a level like this, on the lowest level, and this is the lowest level. At the lowest level, it should be your disposable income. And if you aren't making a certain amount of money, you don't have enough disposable income. How much is that? Now that can vary, but too many people don't give anybody direct answers. I'm going to give you a direct answer in this course of some variance to that, but I would say at a minimum, you should be making $100,000. Or at a minimum, your household, maybe your wife and your husband or your spouse, whatever that is, should be, you and her should be making, or him should be making $150,000 together, because you are combining that income and making that possible. But if you're not making at least that, $100,000 by yourself, $150,000 combined home income, no. And I'm sure somebody's going to argue you can do it for less. All right, sure. No, because a true collector buys 3 bottles. True collector buys 3 bottles. Because a collector that knows what they're doing likes to enjoy the process too. They will buy a bottle to consume. 1. They will buy a bottle to trade. 2. They will buy a bottle to use as either investment or basically a bottle to be sold later on, maybe not even their lifetime, for a profit. That is why you need 3. Maybe you can take the middle one away, one for not trading, but you should have 2 of those things. But what happens if you, good figure. What happens if you only have the ability to buy that 1 bottle? And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you or tell you some secrets and some tips on how I am able to be a collector on a budget. So a person who's a collector on a budget, we're going to have to get lucky. We're going to have to get lucky. We're going to have to be in the right place at the right time and have enough money to do it when that happens, when that takes place. Because the best bottles are not going to be there right away. I mean, they're not going to be there long, and a lot of liquor stores, they're going to have maybe 1 bottle anyway. You should buy 3 if you absolutely can, But a lot of times, those places, they're going to only have one bottle anyway. But you need to be the one that buys that bottle. So how do you do it? First of all, one of the things I've done before, I haven't done this with liquor, but I've done this with other things that I was really passionate about, is work at the place that sells the stuff. Work at a liquor store. You work at that liquor store, you can start amassing some real good insider knowledge about that particular distilled aged spirit that you really like. You know the business side of it. You know how much it actually really truly costs, and you know if you can catch it before anybody else. Meaning, one of the things you can do is you may be able to catch something that you only have one bottle of before the rest of the public has. Another thing, you probably are going to get a discount. You're probably going to get a discount on that anything in the store because you have the employee discount. So that's another good thing. And then also you have some knowledge. You may be able to catch or save something that's going to be something like an up-and-comer that is new to the game and they're doing the right things. So we have to be lucky. We have to find that company, that brand that is about to blow up. And a lot of times that's a new brand. That's a new company. That's a new distillery. And if we know what we're doing, we'll catch them before they blow up, and the prices are going to skyrocket after you've already purchased that. Along with that, that same process, you got to get educated. You have to understand how this stuff is made. You have to know the history of this stuff. Read books on whiskey and bourbon. Read magazines and have a magazine subscription. Something like something like Rob Report right here. Something like Rob Report, where they cover all kinds of upper class exclusive products, expensive watches, expensive cars, expensive destinations for vacations, and expensive alcohol. Be on the up and up about this stuff. Know what you're doing. Also, another great thing that's a lot of fun and you can get educated at the same time is go to a distillery. Visit a distillery. These distilleries, you will gain the knowledge on how these things are made. Now let's go over some other purchasing techniques. Of course, if you work at the liquor store, you'll have that discount. Well, there's other ways to get a good discount too. That's going into duty-free shops. I now have started budgeting when I go overseas on vacation or go on to cruises on vacation, the Caribbean and things like that. I have budgeted into the trip, a trip to a duty-free liquor store. At the very least, that duty-free liquor store isn't going to have those crazy taxes. Some places the taxes are absolutely nuts. They're absolutely nuts. And just not having to pay those taxes makes a big difference. Or you're going to get something that's not available any other place. They're going to have something that's exclusive. Again, we're trying to be collectors. The key to being a collector is having something other people don't have. That is what makes the money. Something that other people don't have. Now here's another one. This is what I like to do also, and it helps with when you combine what I'm going to say too these two things. Combine these two things. One, be a regular customer, and then two, hunting for dusties. I did a video just about hunting for dusties. You can look that up. A regular customer at certain liquor stores. I keep saying one, excuse me. the people who work at those liquor stores know that you want to buy that stuff, and they might call you and let you know that they have something that's very limited, and they'll get that to you and save it for you and things like that. Also, they may even give you a discount because you purchase there on a regular basis. They might inflate the price for the rest of the public, but they might sell it at a reasonable cost to you.